Can you even believe what's unfolding within the Brown family? What once stood as a beacon of unity and inspiration has now turned into a devastated battlefield. It's not simply land, it's Coyote Pass, a stretch of desert terrain that was envisioned to bond Kody Brown's family. 4 spouses, 4 individual homes, all orbiting around one central location where they'd share a life eternally. In concept, it was intended to be the cornerstone of a dream, a heritage Kody could hand down for generations. It represented his idea of a flawless household, a picture where everything belonged, joined together through loyalty and love. But what occurred instead? In place of establishing a future, Coyote Pass became ground zero for devastation, visions destroyed, vows broken, and betrayals too many to count. Envision a land once meant to be vibrant with love, joy, and closeness, now reduced to a stark symbol of everything that shattered. Kody's dream was grand, maybe even idealistic, but at that time, it felt attainable. He pledged to his wives, Janelle, Christine, Meri, and Robyn, that they would be united in this idea. He sold them on Coyote Pass as a haven, a collective home where love and allegiance stood firm. So settle in, because we're diving deep into a narrative of betrayal, grief, and a family falling apart. How did things deteriorate so severely, and who's going to come away with the remnants? Stick around to discover. Kody's outlook for Coyote Pass was his ultimate aspiration, one he thought would reunite his loved ones, a dream designed as the epitome of closeness. Imagine it. 4 wives, each with her separate home, encircling one central lodge. A sanctuary of shared love and allegiance, raising kids, laughing, aging together. The ideal arrangement in Kody's perspective, a setup allowing space and freedom for each woman while preserving their plural household dream. To Kody, this wasn't just empty land, it was everything, the foundation of the life he aimed to create. He often spoke about it like it represented his dream family made real. Coyote Pass was more than just a home to him. It was the destination for the Brown family's future, a remedy for the emotional strain naturally present in plural marriages, a beacon of hope, a sacred space to flourish, a shelter where love would grow and stay protected. But truthfully, it didn't take long before Kody's dreamy ideal began collapsing. The very thing that was supposed to show their bond became the symbol of their dysfunction. Gradually, each wife drifted, emotionally, physically, and eventually in legal terms. Janelle, Christine, and Meri, the longtime companions, started pulling away. They saw the widening cracks, the increasing distance, and the disloyalty they had long tried to deny. What began as a joint vision morphed into a monument to Kody's failure to keep promises. And honestly, Robyn's entrance didn't help. Her closeness with Kody became a glaring issue. His favoritism toward her was loud and impossible to dismiss. Kody's fantasy lost its magic, turning into an emotional minefield, teetering on collapse. The dream of love transformed into bitterness, proving what happens when one man's wishes override the needs of everyone else. As Kody's preference for Robyn became glaringly obvious, the Brown family's foundation fractured further. The emotional tension, especially between him, Christine, and Janelle, grew intense. It wasn't discreet. His time, attention, affection, it was all focused on Robyn. And everyone felt the ache. For Christine, the emotional void was devastating. She had stood by Kody for years, built a world with him. Yet suddenly, she was invisible. It was after Kody tied the knot with Robyn that Christine truly felt deserted. That was her turning point, when she realized she was no longer important. The woman who had supported him without fail was now discarded and emotionally starved. Kody poured his heart into Robyn, leaving Christine with only sorrow. She once believed in an equal plural marriage, where each wife had value and none felt inferior. But now, Robyn had become his universe, and Christine's was crumbling. Janelle wasn't immune either. Though she stayed calm and composed outwardly, she couldn't ignore the growing distance. Always the practical one, Janelle had fought to keep the family together. But even she saw the end was near. Kody's favoritism poisoned their foundation, and everything they had built was disintegrating. Meri still clung to hope. She tried to preserve what remained, believing something might still be salvaged. That maybe, somehow, she could make Kody realize they all mattered. But as time passed, even Meri couldn't ignore the increasing divide. The family unit they once were, fading, and no one could halt the spiral. The emotional damage was immeasurable. Even Meri, once steadfast, was now facing the inevitable. When tensions between Kody and his wives hit a peak, the expected occurred. Lawsuits began. The Coyote Pass, land, meant to unite them, had now torn them apart. Janelle felt especially betrayed. While Kody and Robyn charged ahead with their plans, it became clear they had no intention of including anyone else. There were no conversations, no input. It was now their land. Janelle, always the voice of reason, reached her threshold. She had poured years into this family, her energy, her belief in the collective dream. But Kody's actions spoke volumes. He didn't respect her anymore, so Janelle took legal steps, filing suit for her rightful portion. Her decision sent shockwaves. This wasn't just about dirt. She was defending her worth, her sacrifices, the life she'd helped shape, now stolen. Janelle's legal battle wasn't just for land, it was for dignity. Meanwhile, Robyn, the planner, refused to yield. She continued consolidating property power, aligning with Kody, ready to lead. To her, Coyote Pass meant more than home. It was dominance. She would gladly play the villain to realize the vision, her vision now too. This wasn't just family conflict. It had become a power war, a struggle for Coyote Pass's destiny, and the pressure couldn't be higher. During a pivotal virtual meeting, everything boiled over. Kody tried to reassert control, but the pain among the wives was undeniable. Their emotions sliced through every word. Janelle, usually strong and quiet, looked crushed. Her silence screamed of betrayal. She no longer saw a future on Coyote Pass, just a loss of family, of purpose, of belief. Meri, still trying to stay composed, couldn't hide the chill in her voice, the distance now permanent. She no longer tried to comfort Kody, her heart guarded. Christine's response was the most telling, a knowing smirk. She wasn't victorious, just done. The years of feeling disregarded ended here. Kody had lost them. No apology could fix this. Despite all his controlling efforts, he had driven away those who had once trusted him. The family he dreamed of was in ruins. The collapse wasn't only about land or lawsuits. It was the climax of years of neglect, of deception, of false dreams. Kody's failure to emotionally support his wives left them shattered. His dream of unity destroyed by his selfishness and shifting loyalty. Christine burned with justified anger. She had given him everything, and after being emotionally sidelined, her pain boiled into fury. She wasn't mad about just the land. She was mad for being erased, for being forgotten. Her anger was her defense. Janelle, on the other hand, fell quiet. Her heartbreak came from the realization she had waited for a dream that never was. Her silence showed it all. She was done. Her ideal family, gone. Meri seemed lost in sorrow, not angry, not resigned, just numb, too hurt to speak. The woman who once joined with hope was now just a shadow. Kody and Robyn were left with the aftermath, yet neither appeared ready for the fallout. Kody, the man of big dreams, was now watching it all slip through his fingers. His frustration was obvious, but his understanding of his role, absent. He still thought he deserved that future. Robyn, too, faced emotional consequence. She had pushed Kody toward this outcome. Though she tried to ignore her part, she couldn't. She was the spark that lit the fire. Her guilt showed. Her tie to Kody was the epicenter of this collapse. Meanwhile, Janelle, Christine, and Meri began gaining allies. The audience now saw them as the courageous ones. They had chosen to speak, not suffer. Their strength resonated. Kody and Robyn's control was waning. And the viewers, they were choosing the wives who were cast aside. Please like and subscribe.